This is something you don't want to miss. Samson Lee, CEO of Coinstreet Partners, will talk about what he calls the $1 trillion asset tokenization opportunity.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Samson Lee. I'm the founder and CEO of Coinstreet Partners. Today is my great pleasure to be here in Singapore Blockchain Week. Thank you for the organizer for having me. I would like to share with you on the topics of the $1 trillion asset tokenization opportunity. Coinstreet Partners is an award-winning AI-powered global decentralized investment banking group and a professional fintech and digital asset consulting firm. Here's our team. We are very pleased to have Mr. Chen Heng Fai to be our chairman. He's a legendary unicorn maker, have made 4 unicorn companies in his life. We're also very pleased to work with our strategic partner, BMI Group in Hong Kong. They are 28 years old traditional security firms in Hong Kong with fully licensed, namely type 1, 4, 6, and 9, and a trust license in Hong Kong. So with the collaboration with them, they give us a very good compliance status going into the digital security space. Jointly together, we have formed a global network for advising STO project and also for distribution of digital securities. Back to today's topic, the $1 trillion asset tokenization opportunity. So let me just give you a little bit background about blockchain. As many of you know, blockchain is a protocol. But from my personal opinion, it got overhyped because a normal user shouldn't really know about blockchain. Just like we watch video every day, not too many people know about the protocol behind the video, which is a video codec, like H.264, MPEG-2, MPEG-4. We just watch it. And also we use internet every day. And nobody cares too much about the protocol behind internet, which is TCP/IP. And so is blockchain, right? Blockchain is the protocol on the decentralized network, but it's very useful. Blockchain can be used in 2 separate paths. First, on the left-hand side is the decentralized application. It is on the field of IT, right? Very often it's used in increased productivities of enterprise. Back in 2017, many companies like to create so-called utility tokens out of the decentralized application. And utility tokens, in my opinion, is almost function like a coupon, right? It's entitlement of future goods or service or some rights in the future. But on the other hand, blockchain can be used in decentralized finance application. And this could be field of finance, corporate finance, capital market, and security trading. And this is also our focus of today. Based on this infrastructure, we can create security tokens, asset tokenization, or digitized securities. But going back to 2017, right, what happened, we all know something went wrong with the ICO, is because many people at the time using utility tokens and doing what the securities is trying to do. So it's crossing the field using an IT product as a capital market tools, right, for fundraising. So that's creating a lot of confusion and problem. But today, of course, we are talking about all the fully compliance digitized securities on the right-hand side, which include tokenized asset, digitized securities, and security tokens. So some key points about digital assets. We're not referring to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or ICO, but mostly about real-world assets. It is about fully compliant derivative or securities in digitized formats using distributed ledger technology or blockchain. This process of generating a digitized security is called asset tokenization. And for offering these digitized securities to investor is called security token offering or STO. After the initial offering, these security tokens or digitized securities can be traded on licensed STO exchange. And we see now from different countries around the world, Many governments already have financial sandbox. I believe Singapore is very progressive, doing a good job in running financial sandbox, and so as Hong Kong and London. And they also have all this STO exchange in the sandbox running. So hopefully many will be graduating and coming to life. Some uniqueness and advantage of digital asset. So digital asset is not about information, right? Just like internet before, right? When we see the internet wave, it's all about liberalizing the way transmit information over the internet. But digital asset is all about transactions. How do we execute a transaction in a decentralized network with less intermediate? It's about global distribution and liquidity. It creates lower barrier of entry for both issuer and investor versus traditional IPO. It minimize intermediate, also lower transaction costs and with faster settlement time. It provides a quick proof of ownership globally. So for example, if you own a piece of digital asset, it's very easy to prove you own such asset anywhere you go because such record is on the blockchain. It also prevents human error and fraud. So in summary, it's transacting over a trusted, highly efficient settlement network. And it's also facilitate global trading, expand investor base, and increase liquidity. But then it is not about the token. Many people, they approach STO or digital asset with the concept of creating a token. And to me, that's the wrong order. It is all about the underlying asset. Security tokens are a form of derivative on traditional asset class. So we can create tokenized asset based on ownership of an asset. For example, fixed asset equities, or we can tokenize a cash flow, like revenue sharing, profit sharing, dividend. We can also tokenize debts, such as bonds, debentures, and we can also tokenize investment funds, like traditional REIT or collective investment scheme. So why today we have a topic of the $1 trillion tokenization, asset tokenization opportunity? Because we are referring back to a report that is done by World Economic Forum and being endorsed by Deloitte and McKinsey. In this diagram you're looking at here is from their report. They projected by 2027, the market size for tokenized asset is 24 trillion. So it's not just 1 trillion, it's 24 trillions. And you can see we're here 2020, it's just right from the start. Here I share with you another perspective of where we are. So this chart tells you the allocation of different asset class in the whole capital market, right? For example, today's the largest asset class is still bonds and debts, which is composed of $250 trillion. Not surprised, right? Because a lot of government bonds, corporate bonds in there. And second will be the real estate, 217 trillion. And then followed by equities, 73 trillion, cash, 7.6 trillion, ETF, 4.66. And for digital assets, although it's still $247 billion, but it's very tiny piece compared of the whole picture. But another interesting fact is that since the invention of ETF from Canada in 1990, digital asset is actually the first new asset class in the last 20 years. So we are making a big step in the financial industry for creating a digital asset class. And if we look at the financial market, there are actually a lot of players, big players, already starting trials around the world. Here we see players like BTG Fractals, Santander. They're issuing different type of digital assets, such as maybe digital bonds, digital funds, digital real estate. And also you can see another leader, Franklin Templeton, also issuing a big tokenized market money fund. And the leader of traditional financial rating agency, Morningstar, Now they are rolling out the first tokenized asset rating product. So the whole industry is moving forward in parallel from different sectors. And also, if we look at the banks, Wells Fargo banks in US and JP Morgan, who is very against Bitcoin a few years ago, both banks now are issuing their own stable coins. This is a study done by Wave Financials. They have done a study of the digital security regulatory landscape around the world. And they find the whole world is moving forward in a very positive way in parallel, right? Although different countries might have different pace due to their own environment, legacy system, but in general, they all moving forward in a very positive direction. So how we can help? Well, in Coinstreet, we have 5 business units trying to approach this market with finance, media, and technology solution. We have an end-to-end STO process consultancy service. And also we have an end-to-end, very holistic view, digital asset security token lifecycle management. If you're interested of any of the above, please feel free to contact us after the event. Here, with the remaining time, I'd like to share with you some real case study. So I want to emphasize this is not just a concept now. It's actually happening. Here's a company in Hong Kong. They're doing construction equipment rental. We are using their rental income for the heavy equipment to create a tokenized debt product with a fixed income and a 3 years guarantee redemption period. This is another project that we are working with. They are a regasification terminal project in India. So we are helping them to create a tokenized equity project, which owning parcel of the company owning the asset and paying back a very stable income with upside on the future capital gain. This is a very interesting project using the traditional SPAC structure in the US to create a STO structure, raise fund, and then invest in publicly trading stock that is under market value and have future potential for M&A. We talk a lot about tokenized real estate. We are working with some A-grade office building in Hong Kong trying to tokenize it. This is a convertible note tokenized project. And this is a project tokenizing a 6-star resort island, right? So think of it as a single property REIT. This is another project in Thailand. We're working with the largest private bus company there, trying to help them create tokenized on STO project based on the data business. So risk and challenge, there's still a lot of challenge. For example, fragment value chain, the inconsistent of regulation among different jurisdiction, the liquidity on secondary trading is still low, education, performance checking, and the valuation and analysis. But as I mentioned, the whole industry is moving forward in parallel from different areas. Although we might see challenge and some, incomplete area in one space, but we might be able to find a solution very soon. And for the future, I think the future is very excited. I think, STO is going to change the financial industry, like similar to the way YouTube is changing the content industry. Why I say that? Because YouTube, it liberalized the whole content industry, right? You think about it. Before, if a kid's playing a toy in their hometown, the video might only be watched by 10, 20 relatives. Now, he put the video on YouTube, it had 20 million viewers. Right? So this is exactly what STO is trying to do, but liberalizing on the investment. You think about all the good investment opportunity, all the future unicorn opportunity on the local communities, right? Now they will be able to raise fund on a global level, but on the other hand, smaller investor, they will be able to also tap into and access very unique high growth potential opportunity on a global basis. So this is not a monopoly for the big VC fund or big PE firm anymore. So I think it will be very interesting to see how STO is going to liberalize the investment industry. We are very glad to be here joining the Singapore Blockchain Week. Also, within this week, we are also hosting our Global Online Investor Roadshow. It is a 4-day online private placement event for institutional investor. It's starting from Europe on Monday, Middle East on Tuesday, and Wednesday in the Asia session. We are very glad to be official side event of Singapore Blockchain Week, and also America session on Thursday. So feel free to join our event. You can register on the Singapore Blockchain Week official website. Thank you very much.